Yeah, Kevin, but when your goal is to win every category for every character, you take that times 6 hours, and that's a lot of game time I lost.
I guess you're a loser.
You're a loser. And everybody thinks you smell behind your back.
I just farted, so that's true.
Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense.
That's right, America. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Josh.
And this is the lost art of common sense, brought to you by our merch shop. Buy our shit. It's awesome shirts. Boom, right there. You know,
Got another new design up there.
we do have another new design. Every week almost seems like we have a new design.
Yeah, I'll throw it up right now.
It's a sweet design. Josh, this week we are talking about the afterlife. I kind of wanted to do this one for a while. I just think it's a neat subject. I think what people's thoughts are on the afterlife and, if they believe in it or what they believe in. Obviously, all I get is your definition or belief. But if any of our listeners would like to comment, maybe their beliefs in the afterlife and, want to discuss this farther, please comment after you like, subscribe, and share our content. So let's get to it. Josh, first off, do you believe in the afterlife, and what do you think it could be like?
I do, for a couple reasons. One, I'm a Christian, so obviously I believe in the afterlife and hoping that it is a pretty sweet heavenly experience, even though I'm pretty sure in the Bible it says something like you spend eternity worshiping God, which, it's cool and all, but that seems boring.
I thought everybody was stuck in purgatory until Jesus comes
No, I think that's if you're a Jehovah Witness.
back. Oh, is that Jehovah Witness Christianity or whatever?
It's either that or you go to a lesser heaven.
Yeah.
It's like you have Jehovah Witness heaven, and then you have Section 8 heaven. And if you're not Jehovah Witness, you go to Section 8 heaven. I'm pretty sure that's the way that one goes.
Is that how it's written in the Jehovah Witness? I mean, what do they go by?
I think it is.
Do they have their own book? I have no idea how Jehovah Witness.
Yeah, when I don't know everything about it.
Is it right in Section 8 heaven?
When I worked at MCI as a telemarketer, because I was an asshole, not like I really grew out of that. Just don't have that job anymore. I was on the phone with this Jehovah Witness in California, and I talked to her for like 2 hours because after I left telemarketing and then I sold Kirby vacuum cleaners, greatest vacuum cleaner ever made. I lost all my skill of being a telemarketer because it is so much harder to throw someone out of your house than it is to hang up on them.
It definitely is. Probably.
And I have been thrown out of two people's houses for being, I don't know, too aggressive. Like, I just wouldn't give up.
Buy my fucking vacuum!
I just wouldn't give up. It's like, what if I gave you an extra $100 off? I'm like, what if you get the fuck out of my house? And then on my way out the door, I'm like, I'll give you $200 off. But like, I was horrible at it. So like, yeah, I was like, so you're Jehovah's Witness, huh? Like, tell me about it. And she was saying all this stuff and basically said that they believe that, when Jesus comes back, we'll walk the earth. And I'm like as like yourself, like reincarnation, or like yourself, like dead people coming out of the grave?
Like, you're going to look pretty gnarly.
Well, it's kind of what she was alluding to. I'm like, do you know anyone else who has come back from the dead other than Jesus? No, and I wasn't being a smart. I really wanted to know. I think it's interesting to learn about.
Eventually, you're just bones.
Yeah. Well, at the very end of the conversation, I was like, you know what? This is very interesting. I feel like you should come over to my house, bring your books and your pamphlets, and teach me more about it. And she's like, oh, but you're in Iowa, live in California. That's just too far. I'm like, oh, well, apparently you're not as devoted as I thought. I got to go. But yeah, I don't know what it would be. Because like they say that I've heard that like you basically, you worship at the the altar god or whatever. But then there's also a part where there's mansions and streets of gold, and I don't know because when you think about it,
Sounds a lot like Oz.
well, have you seen that one show about people in heaven? Um,
No.
Ted Danson's in it.
Oh, The Good Life?
I think it's The Good Life.
Yeah, The Good
I actually
Life.
kind of like that show, but
Well,
it was
but it
weird
was,
because they ended it with like everyone getting tired of eternity.
yeah.
Like they won everything, they did everything. So it's like, well, you can stay here
And
or
they
you can
just
jump
got,
through that portal into nothingness.
yeah, they just got dumb.
You know where they
Because
took
they're
that
just,
page out of? Dogma.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
But I don't know. I have no idea what it'd be like.
Eternity's a long time, so,
I mean,
you
if with
know,
your family and friends, but
yeah.
you never know. Once you leave this physical body, because I'm assuming heaven and your spiritual form uh, is probably fourth dimensional, where time and stuff doesn't apply to it. It may be different. Like to us, our brains just we get bored way too easy. That's like you really want something, you get it, you mess with it for a while, and then you're done with it. And you move on to the next thing. Like maybe you're different after you're dead.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know because,
You're
well,
not such a needy asshole. I mean, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, you're just content.
It's like you gotta.
That'd be heaven, just being content.
It's like yeah. It's like nope. When you come
Just
here,
no worries, That'd be,
your ADHD is automatically cured.
yeah. You're, whatever. Your
But if you think about it, I
hate
mean,
for
if there's
people
no
is gone.
pain, no hunger, I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about anything. I mean, I don't. I mean, that
Yeah,
might be
I
cool.
want to eat because stuff tastes
Now,
good.
if your heaven was like what you wanted it to be, it's gonna make me sound super geeky, Kevin. I want to be on a starship, and I would want to explore every planet and every galaxy of the entire universe.
See, that would take forever because the universe is infinite.
Exactly. I'd be fine with that.
I'd be cool with
But I'd want to have a ship that I could blow up all my enemies with.
that.
The
Yeah.
USS Satan Slayer. Oh, you're not on my ship. You're obviously a spawn of
Demon.
Satan. Fire the holy lasers.
Uh, yeah, that's awesome.
That's my idea, Kevin. What do you think?
I believe in the traditional heaven and hell, but I don't know if I want to go fighting demons in space.
Apparently, you have not put as much thought into this as I have.
I mean, I think it'd be cool to explore all the worlds and all the galaxies and stuff. I think that'd take some time, so that'd be pretty fun. You
Yeah.
know?
And I would want to have some kind of wormhole technology, though, to where you jump to the next
Well,
galaxy.
obviously, you just want to be
And you're
cruising
not
through space
spending
for
like
30
2
years.
million years like traveling through nothingness.
Yeah, that'd be boring as shit. Now, I mean, like instantaneous.
I don't know, unless you had a pretty badass holodeck.
I guess.
Then it wouldn't matter. Like, where's Kevin? He's doing inappropriate stuff on the holodeck. Don't touch the walls or the floor.
That's a very sticky holodeck.
You know what? Just avoid that part of the ship at all costs, and never turn on a black light without wearing your welding mask.
Well, you
Yeah,
gotta kill time somehow.
that's true.
So yeah, no, I don't know, just seeing your family, friends. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Uh, yeah, just traditional heaven, just having the relief of not having the burden of life. Life's burdens, I guess. I mean, um, bills, anxiety, ADHD, stuff like that. That all gets lifted off your shoulders, and you just live a blissful life. Catch up with people that you've never seen or never met. Maybe there's another cool person out there. I don't know. That died like 300 years ago.
Yeah.
Who knows? This meeting famous people, stuff like that, and from the olden days. But yeah, that'd be it. So let's put your beliefs aside for a moment and tell me which afterlife you would want. Because there's a bunch of them. I didn't write them all down, but I'll just go through the
Well,
big
obviously,
ones.
you didn't put down fighting space demons.
Well, I mean, that could be part of traditional heaven and hell, I guess.
Yeah, sounds sounds like it's right out of
so,
the
so would you?
Catholicism.
Yeah, you don't know. That could be what angels are doing right now. Space battles. You
It's
don't
just one of the
know.
many books the Catholic Church took out of the Bible.
Yeah, that's the book of Enoch, buddy. Uh, space demons. That's why you're getting all the UFO things. They say there might be demons.
That is true. I'm just waiting for my spaceship.
Yep. So, what would you want? The traditional heaven and hell, like the Buddhist reincarnation, where you come back as another person and you have past lives, stuff like that. Or there's every time the universe ends, it reforms and you live this life again, maybe with slight changes. Who knows? Maybe you learn a little bit. Um, cosmic bliss, where your consciousness returns to the universe regardless of deeds or actions on Earth. Or there's one that's a different tiers like of life, like there's it's weird. I read this one kind of weirdly. Like this is just like the bottom tier, and there's another tier. I guess I guess you could call it Section 8 heaven. This might be the Jehovah Witness one. And there's heaven. Then there's just like like a I don't know, like an eighth dimension where you're all knowing, type of like everything. Like it's omnipotence almost. Like is the final tier.
That sounds like you're quoting the levels of technological advancement of societies.
Kind of, but it's more of after you die, or
But I don't remember
you know,
Section 8 heaven being on that list.
or nothing,
Or nothing.
or nothing. I didn't put that one down but yeah, nothing is also an option. Which would you want? Which one would be either like, oh, this is awesome?
Well, I don't know. I think we should just discuss all of them. I don't. I don't know. I mean, since I believe in traditional heaven and hell, cool, go in heaven. I do think people should pay for their sins. I think certain Christian sects, as well as other religions, basically feel like if I don't buy into the whole thing where if you're not a Christian, you don't accept Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, you're going to hell. I do not believe that at all. I think if you're a good person, you go to heaven. I am cool though if you live your life like a fucking asshole that you go to hell. I'm fine with that part. Buddhism, I think that the reincarnation that kind of plays into heaven or hell as far as like what you come back as.
Yeah, kind of. I think that's kind of what it is.
Like if you poisoned your aura, you come back as a stink bug
Or a snake.
or a snake.
Yeah. That's kind of what it is, or you can come back as another person.
Or you're born in a boot factory.
Yeah, there's been people that, say they remember past lives or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's always a famous person. Like, it's never just like, yeah,
Maybe they're famous because they got all that life experience, Kevin.
I'm just saying, like, no one ever remembers, like, John the fucking,
shoemaker.
The shoemaker,
I made great shoes. Do you like
It's
the wingtips?
like,
You're welcome.
No, I was Genghis Khan in a past life, or,
Yeah.
I was Alexander the Great or Caesar or something, These are, I'm like, come on, really?
I was Clarence the shit shoveler.
It's always like these famous, yeah. I was never the guy picking up horse shit off the street every fucking night.
It was hard work and all my food tastes like shit, but I went home with pride every night.
No one comes back as that guy. Yeah. Or no one fucking remembers that life.
There might be a spiritual block.
Yeah, I really want to. I have this urge to shovel some shit today.
So, do you ever wonder, like, if you go to heaven, like, you could look up like a stats thing. So, like, you say you were that guy, you were the shit shoveler. You would have to,
right?
And you could go to a book or like a database and be like, how many pounds of shit did I shovel in my life? And it gives you a number. Please show me a visual representation. And it's like a pile of shit that is
size
tall as the Eiffel Tower or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would
spend a lot of time there just asking the most random ass shit.
Oh, yeah. Like if there was a stat machine For
Yeah.
sure.
How many hot air balloons could have I filled with my thoughts?
Well, it's like when I'm watching a movie, I always look up like, oh, that person looks familiar. What other movies were you in? You know, stuff like that. You know, I do that shit
Yeah.
all the time. Then I miss like 30 minutes of the movie. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Because
Oh
I'll
yeah,
go
I've done
down a
that.
fucking rabbit hole of, oh, what's this other movie he was in? That seemed like I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I'll
then you
go,
got to back up.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I don't
then
know how I would feel about reincarnation, just because it's like life's, at least for us blue collar folk, not bad, but not easy. And it's like, man, would I really want to do it again? Which kind of goes into that'd be kind of a cosmic joke if you just kept living your same life over and over again. Maybe this is the life where the lost art of common sense takes off.
maybe.
Maybe,
But this is probably our 30th time doing it.
probably. And then that cosmic, so the cosmic consciousness returns to the universe. Is that kind of like when you're talking about that? Because some people think the 0 point energy is kind of like the life, like that energy and force is the actual like force that gives all life to the universe.
Well, they say that energy never dissipates from the universe. Like they're all these.
Yeah,
So
nothing's except for during the Big Bang or when God snapped his fingers and everything was created. Nothing is created or destroyed.
yes, so no energy can be there. You know, so there's always your energy force that's in the universe. They just don't know what happens to it. So I mean, it's either going to return
Maybe
back to
all
the
the
universe,
exploding stars is what creates dark matter.
maybe.
Mm. And where does all the stuff go, Kevin, in a black hole?
No one knows.
Black holes are formed from a mass collapsing on itself. So you'd think once it's sucked in its original mass worth of shit, it would basically be a planet again. But they just stay a black hole. You know why? Because it's a tear in space.
It's a singularity,
And it goes to that
size of a
planet
pinprick.
where the only way out is through the devil's anus.
Well, they say that's what creates another universe.
Greatest Marvel movie ever made.
I say some people say that's what creates another universe. Is when a
Thor
star
Ragnarok.
turns into a black hole, another universe is formed on the other side.
Yeah, could be.
Who knows?
Sounds like a bunch of string theory nonsense.
It is much. Who knows? No one knows.
Now, if it was cable theory,
Like, there's no way. I don't think there's ever going to be a way to tell what's inside a black hole
no.
because you immediately
Well,
going to get
we
ripped
know what's
apart.
inside a black hole. You jump into it, and then you go back in time,
Well, you can do what they did in Interstellar.
and you can push books on the floor.
books, and you can make dust.
Yes, like
Yeah, like, and you can make a watch go backwards a little bit.
oh look, there's the daughter that I gave a dude name to.
Yeah, that's right.
Incidentally, that was the clip I shared for my when you're going to work at 5 o'clock in the morning because you wanted to be the funny guy in high school.
Yeah,
That was a good movie though. I do like that movie.
I like Interstellar.
I was super happy when Matt Damon died.
Yeah, then the different tiers. Yeah, he was a dick.
Yeah,
He was a big old wuss. What the fuck that was?
it's like you deserve it.
Then the different tiers of life move up or down.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, it's kind of like a mix between reincarnation and heaven. Because you can come back, you know, being a lesser animal. It's kind of like that's how you tear down, and like they can tear up by going to a different consciousness.
Well, have you heard of the theory
But
that
you get to pick. The thing is, you get once you die, you get to pick what you want to do.
well, I've heard that there's a choice. Some people believe that when you die, you can choose whether or not to stay in heaven or be reincarnated.
I wonder if you can just go to heaven and be reincarnated later.
Maybe like I'm bored. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back down.
Yeah.
Then you come back all shaking.
You're
with
like,
a
this
twitch.
was dumb. What was I thinking? That's
Come
why
back with a twitch. Why'd you let me do that?
That's why babies come out crying.
It's like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. So,
That was a weird movie. I'm pretty sure he married his daughter
Yeah.
or stepdaughter. Like that was weird.
Yeah. Or-
Even at the end when he got the shot, that did not make that right.
No.
No.
Or nothing.
I don't know. I doubt it's nothing.
I doubt it's nothing too. There's too much evidence.
I seriously doubt it. There's nothing.
There's too much. I mean, it's not like there's concrete evidence, but there is evidence. There's some sort of afterlife.
Yes. Based on people who say that there is.
Which I'm about to ask you about.
I know. It's why it's called a. I
That
forgot
was a
what it's
good
called.
transition. What do you think of near-death experiences? Are they real or are they hallucinations of like the lack of oxygen in the brain?
I don't. See, here's the weird thing. So, the whole outer body experience, that's not lack of oxygen. Like when people have been able to tell what someone was doing or how they were reacting in another room while they're unconscious, all that stuff, or like the kid that I think he was reincarnated. Well, there was that one. I don't know if you ever saw a story on her. She was just I think she might have been English or American, one of the two, but she was this white lady, and as a kid, she was going through this book, and she's like, "Oh, that's my old home," and something like that. And she ended up saying that she was a reincarnated spirit of some ancient Egyptian, and she ended up becoming like one of the best archaeologists because, like, oh yeah, it's over there, and there's this over there, blah blah blah. And then like people that, and it's some people that live less than pious lives, uh, they're because we used to watch that all the time. What the hell was it called? It was a show about dying. I think it was on Discovery ID, but it was like people that died and came back. And there's some people that freaked the fuck out. Like it was not all, hey, what's up,
No,
buddy? It was like
some
demon
people.
crawling underneath the door, and he's like,
Yes.
"Where's my holy phaser?"
Yeah. See, if you're on a starship, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You'd be blowing them demons out of the sky. Um, yeah, there. I guess there's like 300 accounts a day of near-death experiences where somebody experiences something.
I can see that. I was like that kid that saw Jesus and talked to him, and then the girl in Russia that died and came back, the artist that painted him, like, no, this is what Jesus looked like. And big surprise, he actually wasn't white. Turns out he was Middle Eastern because that's where he was born and lived.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. So I mean, there's too many accounts that are about the same, but like the white light, the seeing ancestors, stuff like that. I mean, there's. I don't think somebody would lie about it. There's like this guy who is a surgeon.
Oh,
He had
some
like,
people would.
yeah. Well, so there's always going to be people. Some people. There's this guy who was a surgeon. He had meningitis. His brain. He was brain dead, and he like remember like this plane of existence where it's like this beautiful like orchard or stuff, and he's talking to like some like holy beings or like you know unbelievably beautiful beings. They're like, it's not your time yet. Then he came back and like he recovered from being brain dead, and he's like he was an atheist. So then also he's like, I am no longer an atheist.
Did you see that movie? It was made by the same company that made the one about child trafficking, but it's called Afterlife.
Is that the one like Matt Damon in it?
No, this is like it's more of a documentary than a movie.
I don't know if I saw it then.
But I'm pretty sure the same guy was in it.
He probably was. That might be what I watched.
But there were people that
No,
it
I
was
was
made
watching
by
The Unexplained with William
Angel
Shatner.
Studio. Oh,
Yeah.
but there was a guy that and he did not have a good time with death. There are other people that did, and some people that didn't. No, this guy like literally was like being pulled to hell.
I remember some people said they woke up or like they died, then they automatically started burning. Like, Jesus.
Well, this one guy sounded freaky. He was like he was an atheist, and he was being literally pulled by tons of arms, like trying to tear his body apart, being pulled down to hell. And then he finally asked for God's help. And then he said the light came on, a hand came down and pulled him out of it instantly.
No
So then
longer an
after that,
atheist.
he was a little less of an atheist when he came through.
It's weird.
There's a lady too that drowned, like was in the water for a long fucking time, came back and had an experience and didn't have any side effects. I mean, it probably sucked a little bit when she was revived because they said the water was like basically freezing, but it wouldn't freeze because it was in motion. But they said that's how she was like dead for 30 minutes.
That's a long
So
time.
yeah,
Like you
but
should be brain dead by then.
of course there's that one guy who I can't remember his name or what he did. I just know that when he died and came back, he was like a savant on the piano, and it basically ruined his marriage because all he wanted to do was play the piano.
It probably had just triggered something in part of his brain.
I guess he came
Like,
back and he'd never played the piano before that.
see, that
And
stuff's
he,
crazy.
he was obsessed with playing the piano, like literally ruined his marriage.
3 o'clock in the morning. I just need to sleep. Stop playing the piano. I
Don't you have
can't,
work?
woman.
I'm working on my symphony. Baku.
Okay, so what about Ghost? I mean, Ghost. What is going on with Ghost here? I mean, because obviously, I mean, we've already done an episode on Ghost, so it's one of my favorite episodes. So go back and watch Ghost real quick, then come
That
back
was
to
a fun one.
this,
That was a fun
and
one.
you'll probably get the answer of what we're going to say right now, only in long form. Why are they here and not in the afterlife?
Well, I would say anything that is actually a ghost. Not saying they don't exist. We both know I think they do, and they're inappropriate.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Great Ghost.
but I would think that was either like kind of like spirits what may have people that died like really bad deaths or have unfinished business or somehow missed the window. I mean, I don't.
Maybe they just don't think they're dead for a while.
Well, it could be, but like, do you have that option when you die? I mean, nobody. I mean, it seems like there's a window there, so maybe
Or
if you
I mean,
ignore
maybe
it,
somebody like you just don't believe it, so you're just going to be like, nope, just going to stay here.
I mean, that might be purgatory, but you're not in like some dark forest like in Supernatural. You have to roam the earth on a spiritual plane. Now, people that are talking to psychics, I don't think those are ghosts. I think those are demons
Well, I hope Purgatory's not full of vampires like it is in Supernatural
and the devil.
and the devil.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
everybody got stuck in purgatory,
I really don't want that to happen.
and everything
It's
gets
very
like
gray.
weird, yeah, grayish blue.
Yeah,
It's very depressing.
it is very depressing.
But I don't know, because like this one lady who used to be a psychic, and she got out of it and got into Christianity. She said these psychics that are supposedly talking to your dead relatives or this or that, they're talking to demons. Once you pass the veil, there's no communication back, unless you're a cat. Because according to Keanu Reeves, they're
Constantine,
basically
they're always halfway in hell.
yeah. See, you're picking it up.
Yeah,
They might actually be making a sequel to that, and it's
they
probably going
are
to be
making
dumb.
a sequel to it.
It's probably going to be stupid.
I don't know. I like the first one.
I did too.
Well, I
But
didn't like the last Matrix. That was dumb.
Matrix
as hell.
4 was fucking stupid.
It was garbage.
It's like, hey, let's
DEI.
make a woke ass version of the Matrix.
DEI Matrix.
I want to go back and see what the critical drinker thinks of Matrix 4. I need to go find his review on that. Because it was garbage. He's some Scottish dude who sounds drunk as shit and he does movie reviews. But yeah, that was garbage.
Yeah, that was horrible. I hated that.
And then
movie.
CW made Constantine gay in the TV show. Of course, every CW DC show had tons
Some-
of
some
gay
gay
stuff in
dude or
yeah. It's like I feel like you're over representing percentage wise, but whatever. It got to the point with those shows where it just seemed like they were pushing stuff. Like DEI, I think got into there first. I just stopped watching because it's like this doesn't even follow any kind of real story. It's just stupid. But I don't know. I just think I mean, yeah, it's either that or they're demons. It's one of the two.
yeah, I think it's one of the two.
I could see spirits getting lost along the way. Maybe you forgot maybe your asshole relatives didn't put the coins on your eyeballs so you couldn't cross on the ferry.
Oh no! Oh no! I forgot I left the stove on.
Oh no! Quick, turn it off. Have you seen the sequel to The Shining?
Yes.
Yeah, like that. That'll be fucked up.
Yeah.
When he left the lady who OD'd.
Yeah.
That was actually like I recorded that movie from TV. I
Doctor
much
Sleep?
prefer that one than the actual theatrical version, because the theatrical version is a fucking hard watch.
Oh, I know.
The whole baseball player thing is still
Oh my
bad
god.
in the TV version, but not nearly as bad as
No,
what was in
that
the
was
movie theater.
horrible. That baseball kid.
Oh my god!
I was like,
I was like, how is
Jesus.
this legal?
I'm like, God, like there was, yeah, that was a rough scene to watch.
So yeah, I mean, it could be stuff like that, but most of what, like even that dude and Stephen King's mind that he probably got access to from selling his soul to the devil. Most of those spirits were evil. So I don't know. I mean, The Shining is more like being psychic, and if you're seeing dead people, it's like your psychic powers allow you to see demons. He didn't see a whole lot of nice ones, other than the cook that got randomly stabbed to death with an axe. That guy was cool. He had those inappropriate velvet paintings in his house. He's like, "What's up, baby?" Boobies.
All right. And finally, so this will be the last question about the afterlife. Out of everyone who ever existed, who would you want to meet in the afterlife?
Not including family members.
Not including family members.
Well, I think you're automatically going to meet Jesus, so put that one out. Who would be interesting to talk to? I don't know. I don't know. I think it would be interesting to talk to the founding fathers, just to give them a, if they can't watch from up there, give them a rundown of how the country's going. It's
That's
just
exactly
to see the
what
reaction.
my answer was. That's exactly what my answer was. Like, be like, hey, man, do you know what's going on down there? Like, you did all this. You notice what's going on? And they're just like, yeah, we just stopped watching. You know, that's a train wreck.
It's like, I don't know if you know what, a Surgeon General is, but our Assistant Surgeon General is a dude that looks like a woman. And people call her a woman.
Yeah. We just stopped watching it after about 2020.
I think, it'd be cooler though if you were the one to ruin the day.
Yeah.
Like they're all up there like, oh, we finally made the perfect republic or type of government. It must be going well. Hey man,
you gotta hear this shit. Men can be women, and cities can.
What they would probably do is sit there and make hash marks, and when you're done, you'd have this page just full of hash marks. I'm like, what is that? These are all the times you should have rebelled.
Yeah.
Turns out you should have started pretty fucking early.
Should have bought more guns, dummy.
Probably shortly after World War II.
Yeah, I think it'd be like that, or I think Alexander the Great, or like Julius Caesar, something like that. Maybe that'd be pretty cool. Maybe like Nostradamus. Like, did you really, or were you just tripping? Like, were you really like, hey, this might happen? But I mean, you wrote it in such a way that
colored frogs did you have in your writing room?
Yeah.
And what did they taste like?
Yeah, because
asking for a friend.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe I just think it'd be cool if you could actually go back in time and just view shit, not interact but view. If we could do that now, like do time viewing, I think it'd be cool as hell.
Oh, time viewing would be awesome as shit.
Be able to go back.
That's all I'd do.
Oh, that'd be another thing if you could make your own heaven, which you might not stay there very long, but like I would love to go back in time and just mess with, like with all the knowledge I have now, and just mess with people.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
And then be like, Josh, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. What? But I made it. Yeah, you got to go.
Yeah, really inappropriate, really quick.
Somehow you flew in under the radar, and it turns out you're a huge dick, and we too many complaints.
Your neighbors said you won't turn down the music. So.
And I think we're a little enlightened up here for the bags of flaming dog shit. So we're just gonna have to ask you to go.
F you, Plato.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I think that'd be cool. But yeah, I would definitely love to get the reactions of that. Like the guys that sacrificed everything and literally went to war with the greatest empire in the world and won,
Yeah,
and then to see what happened to their country
yeah. You did all this work just to have it
for
fall like
nothing.
for like just have it fall in like 200 years.
Yeah, hell, like any typical republic, but ours is a constitutional republic. If we followed our constitution like we're supposed to, we wouldn't be having these problems.
Nope.
But we had
So
it easy, Kevin.
we
And
did.
people don't like, when it's easy, they don't like to mess up their cheesy. I'm
So
not sure that's a saying.
next section: winners and losers of the week.
Winners and losers.
Do you want to start off on the positive note or the negative?
It's probably better to end on a positive, I would say.
All right. So who's your loser of the week, Josh?
Ryan Clancy of No Labels. And that's because I never knew a whole lot about No Labels, and apparently they were founded like 14 some odd years ago, and they're basically
It's a
a
political
third.
party, right?
Well, it's not No Labels, Kevin, but it's kind of like an independent. It's like an organized independent political party, but they don't associate with a Democrat or Republican. Even though we both checked their website out before we started, and if you scroll down to our team, they look like a bunch of fucking dumbass liberals.
Yeah. If you're going to picture a bunch of liberals in a room, it'd be them.
Well, and then the people they're trying to pick, because the reason why I know about Ryan Clancy is No Labels drop, like they're not going to pursue a 2024 candidate in the race, but they go after like they try to get Nikki Haley and some other people. They don't really give up their list, but they couldn't find their superstar for the common sense majority, and he kept saying common sense majority like over and over again. And then at the end, he was on Neil Cavuto's show, and he's like, "So who would you vote for personally?" It's like, "Oh, I'd vote for Biden." It's like, so you're No Labels, common sense, and you look at the world on fire, the silent it's not really silent, but the invasion of the United States by all these illegals, crime soaring everywhere,
Our economy's going
economy's
shit.
gone to shit. Nobody can fucking afford to live, and you're gonna vote for 4 more years of that, you stupid fuck.
That's
Just because
common
you
sense.
probably, and I bet he's one of those dipshits that are like, "Oh, Trump's so crass.
It's not
and
common
he
sense.
says words."
See, common sense isn't emotion.
Yeah, there's rarely, and I would say almost no room for emotion and common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense is reason.
Yeah.
It's like you're figuring something out or doing something based on reasoning of stuff like being able to figure it out. So, like, yeah. So you can stop using common sense, buddy, because you obviously don't have it.
Yeah. You should be, you should talk to people who do have it right here.
And you can just tell by the way he's talking. He's just a snarky fuck.
Yeah.
And I don't like him.
Oh, they should be calling us.
Exactly. You want some common sense answers? I give you common sense answers.
Yeah, we got a whole goddamn show dedicated to common sense.
I don't know. I just independent, no label, whatever. I do not want to get in. I like the 2-party system we have.
Yeah, I don't.
It requires.
I don't like a parliament.
Yeah, I do not want a parliament where you can get some asshole like Trudeau that only got like 13% of the vote elected as prime minister or president. I like the 2-party system. It makes you work for all the votes. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get all the vote or win the popular vote, because there's no such thing as a popular vote in a constitutional republic. But it makes you work the whole country. Like, you can't just rely on California and New York to fucking get you elected. So, yeah, I don't know. I like the 2-party system. I don't like independents. I don't even like independent voters. I think they lack conviction. You can be center right, center left, but independents are just wishy-washy to me. And they think they're so much better than everybody else. It's like, oh, you guys are just brainwashed into wanting to cut off your wieners. You and your guns, your dirty guns. I'm an independent.
Well,
I have no feelings about anything.
I'm not truly a Republican.
I'm a conservative.
Yeah.
I have no loyalties to anybody.
Yeah.
I can't stand the Republic. I mean, I'm not an independent. Like, I'm a registered Republican.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm an independent. It's like my
There's no
My
way.
values and world views line up more with the Republican Party than it
Yep.
does Democrat Party.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not going to say I'm an independent because
I'm not going to
99.
say that I don't hate a lot of Republicans.
I'll tell you one thing. What Clancy should have said is, I can't vote for either one of these guys.
Yeah.
He's their chief political strategist, and he
If you're going to
said
do it
he's
that
going
way,
to vote for Biden.
why wouldn't you say RFK? At
Yeah,
least he's
well,
an
they didn't
independent.
want RFK.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you're going to be he's at least the most middle ground, I guess, compared to Biden or Trump.
I guess.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying, like, perceptually, he is.
Yeah, that's why I can't
Because he's
stand that
running
young
as an
conservatives
independent.
like, he's cool, he talks funny and says stuff.
Well, some fucking Republicans like him because, he's hard on vaccines. He's hard on the border. But, I mean,
That's literally it.
he's totally a environmentalist.
His VP is a hardcore leftist too.
Oh, yeah. But she left the Democrat Party just so she could join him.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason.
Yeah.
She's definitely a huge liberal, and she's donated millions of dollars to Democrats.
I just think that dude showed his ass by saying he would vote for Biden. And I would either A, not tell anyone who I'm voting for, or B, if you really believed in your bullshit, you wouldn't vote for anybody.
Yep.
So, I don't know. That's why that guy's a fucking loser.
All right. Well, my loser of the week is the mainstream media.
Yeah, they are.
I can do this every week, but I mean, just this week because
But why this week, Kevin?
Because the whole, Trump called, illegals animals. And what he did was basically, they took it out of context, like they did the bloodbath thing. They took it out of context, basically said the guy that killed Lake and Riley, he was an animal and should never have been over here. And any murderer or, that came here illegally is on Biden. Plain and simple. And I saw just today, an illegal got convicted for raping a 14-year-old girl in a bathroom. There was, a drug house / a gun-filled drug house in New York where a bunch of illegals were squatting. They got taken to jail.
Threatened to kill the
landlord.
Neighbor. 6 out of 8 of them got let out.
Yeah, let out immediately. One was a murderer who was, charged with murders 11 months ago.
That was on the judge too. The DA asked for there to be, for one thing, if you're an illegal,
there was no bail,
and you're being charged with a crime, there should be no bail.
Yeah, no, but they were released on their own recognizance.
No, as in your ass isn't getting out of jail.
Oh, I know. Period. No, they shouldn't get out of jail. They should be deported. Period. Yeah. You're even suspected of a crime. Gone. You're here legally, and you're even suspected of a crime or picked up. I don't care if it's speeding, jaywalking. Bye.
Especially jaywalkers.
You're here illegally. That's a crime. Bye.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So.
No, they got to go through. They have to have their day in court. They were saying, but
I mean,
they're trampling on Trump's fair trial thing or whatever by hammering him with so many cases at one time.
Yeah.
Due process rights.
Yep.
But it's like there is no due process for illegals. They're not supposed to be here.
No, just send them away. Period. Gone. Yeah. Bye. Get out.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, but I mean, again, the mainstream media glosses over all these crimes that illegals are doing.
They're sacred airwaves, Kevin.
Yeah. They couldn't have a milquetoast Republican even on their NBC special and Rodney McDaniel. Ronna? What is it?
No, she's got a dumb name.
Romney McDaniel or whatever it is, who's a milquetoast Republican at best. And a rhino, for sure.
Oh, she would have been more than happy to throw Trump under the bus. So.
She did throw Trump under the bus. She threw Trump under the bus. Then they fired her the next day after they got the little sound clip.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, she's garbage, but they were still so appalled.
She's a fucking Romney. What the hell do you expect?
They were so appalled that she would be on NBC.
Yeah.
That,
that name is tainted.
Yeah, we're trying to be all together and be a family cohesion. I'm like, no, you're the news. You got to report what the fuck the news is. That's it.
Which they haven't done in a very long time,
No,
Kevin.
it's all commentary anymore.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, who's your winner?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Why is Arnold Schwarzenegger here?
Because normally I can't stand him.
Get out
He's gotten a
of
little.
here!
Actually, I always liked Arnold up until COVID, where he's like, "We could do this together. Get your pet donkey and your hot
He
tub
had a
and
donkey next to him.
smoke your cigars." It's like, look, Dick, we're not all millionaires, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But he was saying that, yeah, he owes the American dream and America everything to success because he's worth millions of dollars, and he's all about immigrants coming to the United States and contributing. But he flat out said he's got a big problem and is against all these illegals coming over and taking advantage of America. Like all the successful immigrants, they came over, and that's why a lot of immigrants are successful because they're not jaded like us, pampered Americans, no matter who you are, to where we've just come accustomed to it. But to them, it's like they work their ass off and they make something of themselves. Where people like nowadays, I heard somebody on, I think it was Fox Radio this morning, saying that, well, it's good that millennials have the drive, but their problem is they want it right now. They don't realize the work that goes into being a success. They want it right now.
That's because they're coddled. They were coddled their whole lives. So, they were special boys or girls. They're very special.
But yeah, that's why Arnold is my winner of the week.
I got two. One's real quick. I want to say the Iowa women's basketball team. They're in the Final Four. Go Hawkeyes.
They made it out to the floor for the national anthem because Iowa Hawkeyes aren't pieces of shit.
Yeah. So then, by the time this comes out, I think the national championship will be played. Maybe I think it's this Sunday. Maybe it's next Sunday. If not, the Final Four will be played tomorrow night, Friday night, and they may be out by the time you hear this, out of it, or they might be in the championship game or play the championship game. I'm not sure when the championship game is. It might be next weekend. It might be this weekend. I can't remember. But congratulations, Iowa Hawkeyes. Kick some ass. But my real winner of the week is BlackRock. BlackRock because they're evil geniuses. They have been buying up a bunch of property and a bunch of houses all throughout America, single home dwellings and stuff. So
they started doing that pretty heavy during COVID. They're actually what caused the damn house spike.
Yeah. So what happened? What New York right now is paying people $126 like a day to house illegal immigrants. So basically, Black House is buying these houses, putting like or BlackRock. I'm actually listening to an audiobook called Black House by Stephen King. BlackRock, they're like buying these houses, and they could potentially put 4 or 5 illegal immigrants in these houses, and the government will pay them like $13,000 a month to house these people.
It's almost like they knew this was going to happen, Kevin.
It's almost like they did. That's why I'm calling them evil geniuses. Weird how they're the biggest Democrat, donor.
Yeah, next to like Pfizer. So weird.
Yeah. So evil geniuses at work. Sometimes you just gotta say, "Hey, well played." Well done.
Well played. Yeah,
you did it. Yeah. You're garbage pieces of shit, but you worked the system.
Well, manipulated the system.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say worked the system. That's weird. That kind of seems like, yeah.
And manipulated.
You might just stumbled upon a conspiracy theory, Kevin.
Yeah.
They're coming for you now.
Who knows? Well, they can buy my house they want.
Well, there you go.
They were to pay extra.
Yeah. Premium.
For
all those illegals coming to Cornland.
That's right. I don't think Iowa's going to pay for illegals. I mean, they're saying they're going to do what Texas is doing, is arrest and deport.
Yeah.
Boom.
I bet a lot of red states will be doing that as soon as it makes it through the courts.
People have problems with this. I'm like, They're illegal. I don't think you understand the No, they're just trying to have a better life. Okay, come through legally.
Yeah. Or do something to make your country less shitty.
Yeah. Exactly.
We can't support the entire world. So
Nope.
yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, there is kind of going on with illegal immigration and all this stuff. I'm sick and tired of all these people trying to justify Joe Biden's massive army of illegal immigrants coming in because we need them to work the fields and do this and do that. I'm like, if we didn't have illegals, buildings wouldn't get built and crops would die. Democrats have literally said that. And you know why there's so many job openings like that out there? Because we make it too easy in this country for U.S. citizens to not work. And actually, we're making it a little too easy for illegals to not work in this country now, too. That's why there's no working for the American dream. The American dream really used to just be, grow up, get a job, buy a house. That was the American dream. Own your own little piece of land. This is my castle. We don't all need to be rich billionaire assholes with private jets and all this other shit. Because I could care less about any of that stuff. Like, I'm cool with what I got. I'm not cool with, all this money getting spent so other assholes can get by in life without doing anything. Like, I'm a pretty strong supporter of being poor should suck to help motivate you to improve yourself. Because without motivation, people can become pretty sedentary and just coast through life.
Agreed.
You weren't even listening.
I wasn't. I was looking at my White Slur of the Week.
I'm glad I threw in that very insulting thing about you. Right at the
You
end.
did not. I would have heard that.
And you agreed.
He literally could have said anything. I was not gonna.
I said you were trash.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, I do agree.
Yeah, agreed. I'm in. So I don't think I have anything else. Anything else has really happened. It's weird that I haven't heard anything about the Baltimore Bridge. That is super weird that nothing else has come out. Kind of went under the radar.
Kind of dropped off. And I think there's always all the stuff that has weird shit around it gets dropped out of the news cycle real quick.
Yeah. Then Taiwan had a huge earthquake.
China was flying jets over to help.
Yeah.
Those were not military.
I wonder if
flights.
China made the earthquake happen.
Possibly. Maybe they have that thing from the core.
Exactly. So who knows, So, all right. Well, I think it's that time, Josh.
Time for
White Slur of the Week. And this week, I am going a little plain. I'm going a little salty. And I'm going with saltine. Saltine, it's basically the same color as a white person's skin. Same as expressed as in cracker. So only a little salty.
I thought there was a different
it's a little
if someone called you a saltine.
It's a little saltier.
Yeah, it's they're like that's even worse. You're just one.
You're
step
basically a salty bitch.
Trash.
Is what the fuck you are. You're a salty white bitch.
Oh well, that was a good fight slur of the week, Kevin.
Yeah. So I don't have anything else. So let's end this. I'm Kevin,
and I'm Josh,
and this was the lost art of common sense.
Common sense.
Common sense.
Common sense, baby.
Common sense. That green gas that Josh put in wasn't real.
That was totally real. That was not special effects. Make sure you visit our merch shop, and we'll see you next week, everybody.
Woo!